There's me on that camera. And here's me on this camera. Up early shooting vlogs. I'm gonna try to do this almost every day. Up early shooting vlogs. I'm gonna try to do this almost every day. Genius Insomniac, it's Bruce, the coolest nerd you know, and today I'm only a couple things I really want to touch on. For one, over this past weekend, I got a chance to see the movie Don't Breathe. If you haven't seen the movie Don't Breathe, sorry, I wasn't breathing. That movie was, in my opinion, it was a really good movie. In terms of scary movie, it approached scary movie in a different way than I've seen before. There's one particular scene in the movie, I won't give it away, but when you see it, you will not forget it. Just trust me. It's one of those scenes that has you on the edge of your seat, and you're like, is this gonna, and then it turns into something else, and it's like disgusting and it's shocking all at once. When you see the movie Don't Breathe, if you get a chance to see the movie Don't Breathe, you will know exactly what scene I'm talking about. I won't even say what's in the scene. When you see it, you'll be shocked by it. Trust me. Just take my word on that. Anyway, so yeah, that movie was a good movie. It was very shocking at the same time. The main thing I want to talk about, yesterday, Kanye West, he was at the VMAs, and he revealed, he debuted a new video. There's a freaking truck out here doing with the damn backup. Is this garbage truck ever going to get off of my street? Please stop, truck. So yesterday was VMAs, and Kanye West was going to debut his new video for Fade, and it was a very, very interesting video. I suggest you go check that out as soon as you can. I'll try to find a link and put it in the description below. But Kanye West, in all his Kanye West glory, decided to talk. Matter of fact, his exact words were,
I came here to present my new video, but before I do that, I'ma talk.
Anyway, so he talked for about almost 7 minutes. He gave a speech that was very sporadic. He would start talking, then he'd stop, and he'd think about it.
An expression of our now.
And then he'd start talking again, and he'd look around.
This is fame, bro. Like,
start talking again, then he'd point someone out. Like he shouted out Amber Rose when he saw her.
I see you, Amber.
For some, it added to the hate of Kanye West. I really don't understand the hate for Kanye West. He's opinionated. So what? People say, oh, he's narcissistic. He's always bragging about himself. I know a lot of people say, oh, well, you should be humble and whatnot. But confidence is not criminal. I don't understand why people hate someone who has a lot of self-confidence and a very high self-esteem. I don't think his confidence has hurt anybody. The whole Taylor Swift thing years ago, it was definitely rude, but I don't think it was hate-worthy. The George Bush doesn't care about black people thing, that was the rants when he has interviews talking about himself. I mean, what would you do if you pretty much made millions of dollars for yourself off your talents and people are still telling you that you need to just be humble and be this and be that? Sorry to say, but a lot of times that doesn't really work out for people. I mean, we can say, oh, well, someone's humble and whatnot, but usually people that are humble that are successful might, let's say it might be like an athlete. They're using their physical talents where personality doesn't always need to factor in. So their physical talents come in and they make millions of dollars. You know, maybe those people can be very humble and maybe not have a great amount of confidence if they can lean on their athletic prowess. I mean, it still asks for some bit of confidence there, but I mean, successful musicians are almost never humble. Now, they might show you a meek, personality and whatnot, but they're not humble people. They're trying to top the charts. That's why they're successful. They feel like the things they put out in the studio are better than the rest of the industry. That's the only way that they're going to be successful. They're not humble. They're definitely very confident and have a high self-esteem. I mean, in the speech, Kanye compared himself by basically saying he looks up to people like Disney and Ford, Steve Jobs, put himself in that rank of people who are iconic, Truman, mega successful people.
Ford, Hughes, Disney, Jobs, West.
And I find no real problem with that. Why wouldn't you feel like that? I mean, when I make these videos, I feel like I'm the best that can make this particular video. I feel like I'm expressing these opinions better than the next guy. If I didn't think that, I wouldn't make these videos. That makes sense. I really don't find anything wrong with having a high self-esteem. So that's what kind of gets me about Kanye. I mean, I've seen the memes where he talks about what Kanye loves himself more than anyone else can love himself, but what's really wrong with that? At the end of the day, it's not hurting anybody. What goes on in his head doesn't affect anyone else, but what it does, it fuels his talent, fuels his works of art that he gives out through his music, or I mean, I guess I can say clothing. Clothing wasn't that hot. I mean, sorry, Kanye. Clothing wasn't that hot, but at least you believed in it. It's nothing wrong with believing in yourself. So even though those clothes were hot trash, I mean, at the end of the day, he went for something he believed in. He put his money into it and he went for it. A lot of people can't say they've done that. A lot of people can't say they've put themselves out there. Music-wise, if you don't like his music, that's your opinion. I tend to I love his music. As someone who used to produce music myself, I mean, I can respect what he does. He does both sides. He does the music creation and he raps the songs and even comes up with concepts for other people's songs that he produces music for. But to hate someone who's very confident in themselves only really bolsters what they feel like in the first place. People are that confident and don't care about your opinion. If you do have a negative opinion about them, it only makes their opinion of themselves stronger. It's only gonna feel like my back is against the wall. I believe in myself, and therefore, it makes that person want to let you know how much they believe in themselves. When people say, "I don't like that" or whatever, and some of the things he said might be slightly off the wall. It might be emotional or whatever, but at the end of the day, you're just dealing with a person that's very confident and they've built themselves up. And I honestly think we should all be a little bit more like Kanye in that instance. Believe in what you're doing is the best at whatever it is you're doing. Believe that any small success that you make from it, you have to believe that you built that. Yeah, you may have help along the way, but at the end of the day, you have to put the left foot in front of the right foot and vice versa. You have to do that. You have to get that ball rolling. It's still what you've created. So just be confident in whatever you're working on. And like I said, don't feel like it's the best at whatever it is you're doing, then maybe you shouldn't be doing it in the first place. So that's all I really wanted to say about that. Like I said, I've always been kind of confused at the hate of Kanye West. Like I said, if you don't agree with some of his opinions, that's one thing. But to be mad at somebody who has a very high self-esteem and has built a lot for themselves doesn't make a lot of sense, because a lot of people have the goal of building something for themselves and wanting to stand up there and say, you know what? I don't have to say, oh, well, I'm just so lucky to do that. No, the hell with that. You want to say, hey, I did this, I built this, and I'm proud of it. I'm going to end it right there. What's your feedback about Kanye West? What's your feedback about people with a high level of confidence? Sound off in the comments below. Let me know what you think about it. If you liked any or all of this video, make sure you assault and abuse the thumbs up button. I appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel. By the way, I'm going to try to do almost semi-daily vlogging on this channel. We could talk about anything from current events to things I have on my mind, things that you guys may reach out to me and talk to me about. Hit me up on Twitter if you have anything that you would love for us to talk about on this channel. Yes, I'm still gonna do like funny skits and everything like that, and I'm gonna give my takes on just about any and everything that I observe. And some of the videos I do here may cross over onto the Genius Insomniac main channel, where I talk about like science and stuff like that. So make sure that you subscribe to this channel and that channel so you stay locked in on new content. Add me on Snapchat at BZBet. Sometimes I have to do little funny stories, like if I go to the store and something happens, or just when I'm out and about, I'll drop stories on Snapchat. So like I say, as always, I'm Bruce, coolest nerd you know.